What actually makes crypto go up and down? The first reason is supply and demand. You've probably heard a million people say this, supply and demand. What the fuck does that mean? Basically, when supply goes up, demand goes down. When supply goes down, demand goes up. But for example, Bitcoin's demand would go up because their supply lowered when a few years ago, I believe this was like 2016, a bunch of big companies started buying large amounts of crypto, like Tesla. When they started buying large amounts of Bitcoin, it shot up from around $10,000 to $60,000. So that's one main reason. When there's a huge surge of buyers, the demand goes up, so the supply goes down. The next main reason is news and media hype. So this could be a wide variety of things. First, I'm going to go into the news aspect. And I do want to say one thing. One thing when it comes to crypto, because it's such a new thing, oftentimes how it can work is if there's good news about one specific big crypto, that oftentimes influences the whole crypto market. For example, in 2021, when the SEC approved Bitcoin futures, like Bitcoin ETFs, that influenced the whole market, because people don't really know how to feel about it. So when there's one big thing that happens, it just influences the whole market. And that's not always 100,000% of the time the case. More often than not, when there's big news like this, like that'll drive the whole crypto market up. But that's just one side, so that's news. For media hype, this could be a lot of things. One thing, for example, is like if influencers promote crypto, or if they got caught in like some crypto scandal. Let's just say they promoted crypto. More often than not, it's not like a large amount of crypto that's being influenced. It's usually the one coin, that they're promoting. An example of like media hype driving crypto up would be when Trump released his meme coin. That drove the whole crypto meme coin market up a bunch. But like if an influencer got caught scamming their fans or something, that would obviously drive the crypto that they're promoting down. The next category is big investors. These could be like whales, so like people who own large portions of a specific crypto or different hedge funds. It's pretty much the same thing. So one is like a person, another one's like an institution, but the term whale is literally just category for someone or some entity owning a large amount of a crypto. An example of a whale influencing the market is when large holders like a Bitcoin sold after the FTX collapse. That obviously influenced the market. Or sometimes what institutions will do is, this is more with like stocks and like different ETFs and like, or like different things like that, but what they'll do, they'll like short the markets, or they'll like sell a large amount, but it won't look like a fuck ton. Like it won't influence the whole market like crazy, but they might sell like a large portion, which would cause some people to sell, and then they'll buy it back after those people panic sell. Another way crypto goes up and down, like I was talking about before, how the largest cryptos can just affect the overall market. So for example, we'll just take Bitcoin because it's the largest one. And this one, out of all the single cryptos that can influence the whole market, Bitcoin by far is the main crypto that would do that. In 2022, when it dropped from around 69,000 to 20,000, that influenced the whole crypto market, because crypto, like I was saying before, is so new. There isn't much foundation to each specific crypto. When people see the biggest crypto losing money, they're like, oh fuck, maybe the whole market's gonna crash, so they panic sell. A lot of crypto trading and trading in general just goes down to psychology between people, at least when it comes to an investing sense, because in investing, like, you see large amounts of people's decisions kind of grouped up in a hive mind, but in a way it is psychology. Another aspect to how crypto markets can fluctuate is just by overall economic conditions, same way that the stock market can be affected. So let's just say, I don't know, there's like a large shortage of oil and that drives the economy down. Bitcoin's price will go down with that as much, as well as stocks. Maybe not to the same extent. Like if the whole stock market goes down by 10%, the whole crypto market's not just going to go down by 10%, just because of the fact that like each crypto has a different purpose. I'm not saying they're not going to go down, but it's going to fluctuate different from how the stock market would. Pancake swap might be affected because Bitcoin's affected, but it's not going to be the same reason why an energy company would be affected because an oil company gets affected, if that makes sense. It's two different ecosystems. Yes, crypto is tied to like the economic health of the world, but it could fluctuate differently compared to the stock market because cryptos aren't companies. I hope that made sense. And if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I would love to have a discussion about this because this is actually super interesting to me. Next is like technology updates. Now, if I'm being real with you guys, I can't talk your ear off about this. Like an example of this is when like Ethereum switched to proof of stake in 2022. That basically affected its price because it made the actual process of staking Ethereum quicker and like more efficient, and that driving the price up in Ethereum just because you know, technology is getting better. It only makes sense for the crypto to go up. And then the final reason I'll say here, I've already touched this, psychology. A lot of it is just fear and greed. Actually, most of it breaks down to fear and greed. During the 2021 crypto boom, when like the NFTs were popping off, like crypto was just on top of the world, bro, people were just buying Bitcoin just to buy it. People who had no clue what the fuck Bitcoin was were literally just buying it to be part of the trend. There's so many more aspects to psychology. I mentioned before, if a large amount of Bitcoin sells by some institution, obviously some people are going to be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm done. But yeah, I'm going to end it right here. I think I went over everything, or I went over the main aspects at least. Guys, if you think I missed something, dude, let me fucking know. Don't just look at this video and be like, I feel like you missed something, but I'm not going to say anything. No, let me know, bro. But yeah, y'all have a good day. Peace.